Niners waived Justin School and signed Senio Kelemete, which, I mean, I don't know much about him, but I was always under the impression that he was a guard. What do you think of this move?
It's a body.
It's a body.
It's another body. I think Kyle even touched on it last year. Like, you want to have bodies in camp because like you don't want your play like
good way to prevent injury, right?
Yeah, you don't want your players you don't want your players taking too
getting hurt in practice. God forbid.
Get hurt in practice.
God forbid. Yeah, absolutely. Because we're talking about practice here, not a game. Not it's a game. I like your hat real quick. What is that?
Yeah, it's a Nike hat.
Oh, I like it a lot. I like
Nike hat.
Goes with
the, you might get yelled at. You might get yelled at by your dad, though. Like, it seems like it's funny. I'm watching all your YouTubers, and they're all not wearing hats now because
he wears a hat all the time. I think wearing it to the back, he'd approve of because you're not covering your face. Sorry, that was. We're talking about.
Sorry. I'm a hat guy. I've always been. I
like it. I like the color. I like the whole thing that you got going. It's got kind of like a 1991 flavor, which I appreciate. I kind of like that. I had hammer pants in college, which I wore to death. I was really proud of them. Parachute pants kind of thing. Anyway, we're talking about Senio Kelemete. And what I'm trying to say here is that, does this mean that they're going to move someone else to tackle, or is this the swing tackle now? It's not the swing tackle, is he?
I think it seems to me that they're probably banking on Sean Coleman being able to do something, and then they'll probably
use Jalen Hurd in D4 too, right?
And then they'll start training on using their rookie who's a tackle guard, they said
Jalen Moore.
Jalen Moore is a tackle guard, so they'll bring him in that spot. And I think the one thing about this happening now is if like Coleman doesn't look like he has it, and the rookie is just so overwhelmed, and you can't use McKivitz, they can make a move to get a backup tackle, or they can look at checked waivers. This is why I brought up before we were talking about when we were talking about trading for receivers. Like you don't really need that. Like, hold up. Like, let's see if there's any injuries that happen, because you might need.
Because they're gonna happen. First of all, it's the 49ers.
Yeah,
and there are places that are thin.
No, they're going to happen. It's not even one. It's the 49ers. Two,
but it's football. Two, it's football.
Right, it's football, and campus.
Two, it's football.
Hasn't started. Like, they're gonna play actual games. Practice is going to ramp up. There's going to be injuries.
True. So it ain't Kelemete. He's a body that plays guard. Because the way that Mike Garofalo, the guy who broke the story from 3,000 miles away, which always kills me, phrased it was like, hey, he can play tackle too. And this is a corresponding move with Justice School. Like, it better not be 1-to-1. Like, this is a body, and you can move anyone else out there. Honestly, I would move Brunskill. I mean, I know they want him. They like him at center too, but I think if the question is, who's the third best offensive tackle on the 49ers? It's Brunskill. So I would just use him.
I think if there was a gun pointed to their head, and final 53-man roster, they got it down, and they had to like move a guy, they probably would use Brunskill. But like, because there's time, I think they're gonna plan to. They don't want to do that to Brunskill because
they did that last year.
It's like Jimmy Ward all over again. Like, let the dude learn a position.
Yeah.
Get good there.
Yeah. Hey, we want to develop you for our long-term center, but we really need to get through the next 4 practices. So go play left tackle. Like, okay, that's a waste of time. But he is a good tackle. I mean, I don't know.
I think if they had a game in a week, I think that they'd be an option. But I think just because they have some time, like, just put a bucket here, let them run reps, like,